This is our third destination today. Join us as we explore and discover all the gems on this hike in the Superstition Mountains.
This is our second destination today. It's a cave in the Superstition Mountains. This is one of our destinations today. It's a mine in the Superstition Mountains. So I found our fourth destination. It's the spring down here in the same canyon. As you can tell from this iconic view, we're heading to the Superstition Mountains this morning, making a left at this light and heading to our trailhead. We're looking north towards the Superstition Mountains now. As we're heading down this road, we cross a number of washes. Typically they're dry, but this morning as I drove into the trailhead, we crossed 4 washes that were flowing and looked like at some point over the course of the last 5 days, they were flowing at least a foot higher than they were this morning. Welcome to Hidden Gems of Nature. We're in the trailhead parking lot here in the Superstition Mountains. I'll pan around so you can kind of get a view of the mountains that we're going to be heading up into. Really looking forward to this hike. It's been raining off and on for the last 5 days, so I'm hoping that the waterfalls that we're going in to see are flowing. Join us as we explore and discover all the gems on this trail in the Superstition Mountains. As soon as we turned onto this trail, facing us was a waterfall. Kind of cool. I'll zoom in on it so you can see it a little bit better. This waterfall is actually one of the bonus gems on this hike today. It's only flowing when there's seasonal rains, and we've had seasonal rains, so we're in luck. I love the view as we start this hike. These mountains are incredible. These dicite cliffs over here to the right, beautiful. And you get a lot of cool formations. See if I can zoom in on some of these pinnacles up on the ridge line. Just quite a spectacular view. What else you can see as we're panning in is we do have a couple of waterfalls flowing right here that you can see almost immediately from the trailhead. Pretty cool. As we get to this point, we're going to take a right. We're actually on a main trail, but we're going to take 2 different spur trails and a bushwhack into the locations we want to get to. Looks like they don't want us to use this trail. We're coming up to an intersection here. As you can see to my right, there's 2 trails, one lower and one upper. And then as I do a 360, there's one to our left. We'll actually go down this trail after we finish this little spur trail hike up to see a mine. So we're going straight through at this point. So the good news is we've got waterfalls, but along with that comes crossing a few of these washes that are normally dry, but as you can see, it was flowing quite a bit higher earlier. Wouldn't have been able to cross it then. We'd have been in 2 feet of water. Well, I tell you, the desert really greens up quick after a few days of rain, as you can see what I'm hiking through. Had a dry monsoon summer, but boy, this fall's been nice. You can see how green the desert is. Had a lot of rain this fall, so it's been nice after a dry monsoon season. This waterfall is actually one of the bonus gems on this hike today. It's only flowing when there's seasonal rains, and we've had seasonal rains, so we're in luck. The entire cliff face to the left of the waterfall has a number of little trickles coming down off of the cliff. Looks like it's raining all along the edge of the cliff. It's really kind of cool. I could hear this waterfall as we were passing it, just trickling down through these bushes. So I turned to come in and get a little sprinkle as I was hiking up to our final destination on this spur trail. As we get up closer to our destination, we get a couple of bonuses. We got the 2 waterfalls, the big one that I've been taking pictures of it. Another one that's right here behind me, a little teeny trickle of a waterfall, but kind of extra bonuses as we're going into the mine that we're here to see today. This is part of the flow coming off the main waterfall. As you can see it coming down the cliff face. Our destination is not this waterfall though. The destination is different. But all the trails leading into the waterfall are flowing like creeks. So we'll see how close we can get. This is what's normally the trail. As you can see, it's creek. I think we're going to hug the side of the cliff to make our way through because it's the one place that there's not water flowing. So, pretty cool hike. A lot of unexpected gems. Pretty cool. Oh, whoa. Feels like we're in a rainstorm. Pretty cool. So, we're now behind the waterfall. I'll turn around so you can see the waterfall flowing behind us. See the view out over the valley. Pretty cool. And this is our destination. Well, we've reached one of our destinations today. We have 2 or 3 others that we're going to. But we're getting a lot of bonus gems on this hike today. And I'm going to kind of pan around so you can see that we're actually standing behind the waterfall. Pretty cool as we explore and discover all these unexpected gems in the Superstition Mountains. From what I understand, the mine's a few hundred yards deep and there's a bunch of bats at the end of the mine if you want to go back in and check it out. I didn't go back in there today. So we've been up to the mine shaft and now we're coming back down to the intersection. And we are gonna, instead of going back the way we came, we're gonna hang a right here, head back over to the main trail, and then up the main trail to our second and third destinations. Pretty spectacular views hiking underneath these pinnacles and monoliths. Superstition Mountains are pretty cool. So we've come to another intersection, and if we go straight, we go to another cool destination. Pretty cool place straight. If we go left, we actually go back to the parking lot. So we'll actually go on that trail when we're done. We haven't been on this section of the trail yet, but that's the one that we'll take home. And we're going to take a right to go up to our next couple of destinations. So we approach the first fork. The left fork goes to another destination that we won't be hiking to today. The right fork is the main trail. So we'll stay on the main trail. So as we approach this intersection, the main trail, of course, straight. Side trail, we'll take this spur trail this morning and head to our second and third destinations. Come back to our fourth and final destination. You can hear the creek in the wash. This is the third time we'll cross this wash today. Same creek. See how we do this time. Kind of fun to see these
Washes in the Superstition Mountains flowing. Oh, look at there.
We don't get to see these washes flowing very often in the Superstition Mountains, so kind of a treat to not only cross the wash, but see a little waterfall as we're going. Enjoy this bonus hidden gem as we continue on to our next destination. The view of our third destination is much closer now. Pretty cool. Our second destination is about a third of the way up the spur trail to our third destination, so we get 2 gems on this spur trail this morning. So we're at our second destination today. It's a little cave along the trail up to our third destination. So we'll stop here for a minute, take a look at this gem. You can see our destination flanked by the mouth of the cave. So that's our third destination right there. Let's go. Coming up to this waterfall was the steepest section of the hike. Other than this steep section coming up from the bottom of the canyon, it's a relatively flat hike, relatively easy hike. Even though the total mileage on it is probably about 4.5 miles, it certainly doesn't feel like 4.5 miles. Very enjoyable hike this morning. Just came around the corner. We're looking at the falls, so we're almost to our third destination. Join us as we continue on to the falls. As we come around this edge and come into this shallow canyon or draw or whatever you want to call it, we get the first views of the cascades coming down the mountain, which is really nice. We'll take a few pictures of the cascades, and of course, we've got the falls right here in front of us. We'll walk down and get a closer look at the cascade and the streams that's coming by. Because of the rain, it's flowing really well. It's kind of fun to be able to see so much water coming down the face of this mountain.
This is our third destination. It's the falls. Hope you enjoy these falls as much as I have.
We'll head back to the back of this alcove so that you can get a picture of the falls and the view at the same time. It's quite a view, even though it feels like we're getting rained on the entire time. As we came out of the falls, I got a great view of the cascade going down the mountain, so I thought I'd take this picture of the cascade. So we're back to the intersection. We've just come back out to the main trail. We've been to 3 of our destinations. We're heading to our 4th destination. There's no trail to this spot, but it's not far off the trail, supposedly. It's not well marked. Most people I've talked to don't know anything about it. So it's an annual spring, not a perennial spring. So there's another reason most people don't know about it. But join us as we go in and look for that 4th destination. So at this point, all we do is head up the main trail, and based on the topographic map, as well as looking for any lush green section of the desert, we'll break off of this main trail and just head up the side of the mountain and bushwhack our way up to where we think the spring might be. So the spring we're looking for is just downstream of the confluence of the streams flowing out of those 2 canyons, the canyon to the right and the canyon to the left. And we're almost to the confluence now. So we're looking on River Right for a spring just below the confluence. Here's a faint trail, so we're going to turn off the trail and just see if this faint trail leads up to a water source. Well, actually I think we found the spring because there's some cement here, and it looks like somebody's taking advantage of the spring. There's some cement and actually some steel piping. So it looks like we might have found our 4th destination. We'll keep looking a little bit more to see if we can find the water surface. I can't find the surface location, but I know we're at the spot of the spring. This is where all the moisture is. This is where the pipe came from, the cement container. Just wish I could find it bubbling out of the ground. Anyway, it's an annual spring, so it may not be bubbling out of the ground yet. I found the seep. The seep is pretty covered up by all these plants. So I found our fourth destination. It's the spring down here in the same canyon. As you can see from the dense growth behind me, I'll kind of pan around. You can see how dense it is. There's actually some grass growing down in here as well. I found the seep. The seep is pretty covered up by all these plants. I'll try and get a picture of it and post it right behind what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's a little anticlimactic from those incredible waterfalls that we saw earlier today and the mine. But still, pretty cool find up here in the Superstition Mountains. Hopefully you can see the spring seeping out right there. There it is. There's your spring. We found it. Hope you've enjoyed this hike today. Lots of incredible gems on this hike. We've been kind of lucky to be able to enjoy so many gems after this rainstorm that just blew through. Hope you enjoy your hikes in the Superstition Mountains.